John Thomas Scopes, a teacher in Dayton, Tennessee, was charged for violating the Butler Amendment, which banned the teaching of evolution in Tennessee schools. This led him to court in what was known as the Scopes Monkey Trial. John Washington Butler was a state representative from Tennessee who desperately wanted to outlaw the teachings of evolution in Tennessee schools. He believed that teaching evolution undermined the Bible and would destroy the moral system of democracy in America. The law went into effect in January of 1995, and John T. Scopes was convicted of a misdemeanor in the same year. The theory of evolution was controversial because it taught that men came from lower orders of animals, and many thought that this theory demoralized teachings of the Bible. However, the law did not prohibit the teaching of evolution of any other species of plant or animal.
Dayton, Tennessee became a city after the publicity from the Scopes monkey trial. John Thomas Scopes, a teacher in Dayton, Tennessee, was charged for violating the Butler Amendment, which banned the teaching of evolution in Tennessee schools. This led him to court in what was known as the Scopes monkey trial. The American Civil Liberties Union put out a test challenging a teacher in the state of Tennessee to test the theory of evolution. Scopes took this challenge and was eventually sent to the Tennessee Supreme Court. Clarence Darrow led the defense team, while William Jennings Bryant led the prosecution team. The jury ruled Scopes guilty, and he was ordered to pay a $100 fine. After the Scopes monkey trial, evolution was not added to biology books until around the 1950s. In the 60s, religious groups introduced a theory called creation science, which contradicted the beliefs of evolution. The 70s presented several organizations that prompted the idea that scientific evidence supported the creation account found in the Bible. By the 1980s, states passed laws that required teachers to present a balance of both creation science and evolution. Today in America, evolution is required to be taught in all school systems, whether you believe in it or not.
This is not a case pertaining to religion, but rather one dealing with my client's rights to freedom of speech. The teachings of John T. Scopes do not insist that evolution is the origin of life, and therefore do not conflict with Christianity or any religion for that matter. Also, no respectable teacher of science can deliver an all-encompassing education to his or her students without the incorporation of the teaching of evolution. In addition, at no point did my client teach that humans came from monkeys. This was only an ignorant assumption made by close-minded ultra-conservatives. This case states, and has attempted to prove the following: that science and religion occupy two different fields of learning, that scientists claim that no branch of science can be taught without teaching evolution, and that my client never taught that humans are derived from monkeys.
My name is William Jennings Bryan, and I represent parents and their freedom to choose what their children are taught in school. I think it is safe to agree that no parents agree that the theory of evolution, which teaches that man descended from a lower order of animals, should be taught to their children. Man is not just another monkey. The theory is absurd and morally pernicious. I believe in a literal interpretation of the Holy Bible, that everything stated in it is historical fact. Children should be studying God's Word instead of wasting their time on Darwin's theory of evolution. This man, John Scopes, is guilty of teaching this theory.